Chris, you faced Allie Jennings last year and those receivers. Have they just gotten better, and what's going to be the challenge come Saturday?
Honestly, I don't know because we haven't played them since last season. So I just know they're great athletes. They're great guys, great receivers, and things like that, and they have a lot of depth pretty much. And I know they're gonna come with their A game, but I know we are too. So. It's always going to be a good matchup. I know some of their receivers, some of their guys on their team. So, they're a great team, and, we know they're going to bring their A game, and we're going to come to play too.
Last season, you guys were able to really stymie what they're able to do through the passing attack. Was it just being more physical than being right position, using your technique? Or what are keys to making sure they can't get over the top on you guys?
Just pretty much just having good eyes. Good technique, like you said. Pretty much just staying sound, just doing our job. Everybody doing their job on the defense, and when we do that, everybody does their job. Great things happen. So.
How much did it help having Scruggs back on the field after he wasn't there against Big Forest?
It's always good having the general, on the field. Just me and him have a good connection and chemistry on the team, and that's just coming from kind of playing against him in high school and just playing with him through these past several years and seasons and things like that. So it's always just to have him, on the field and just knowing what moves he's gonna make before, kind of what it happens. So just having him making plays out there as always.
How much easier is your job with the pressure the defensive line's been able to get through 4 weeks?
Oh, it's like peanut butter jelly. It get put together, so they do their job and they make it easy for us, and we do our job and keep the quarterback in there, in the pocket, make them, go do what they do, go sack the quarterback, pretty much.
Quentin said after the Wake Forest game, it's like you in the secondary, you guys need to cover for 3-4 seconds, and then those guys up front are going to get to the backfield. Is that the mentality that you guys have, that as long as you guys have good coverage early, the defensive line's going to get into the backfield?
Mm-hmm, definitely. Like pretty much normal defenses, they have the secondary and the up front, but where we play as a unit. Like we let them boys do their job, and it's gonna take care of itself. They do their job, we're gonna do our job. It's gonna all come together at the end of the day. So.
You look at this game, in-state team. Does this carry any more significance, especially for you as a native of Virginia, that there's a little bit more in this when 2 teams from the state meet?
It's always kind of like a good rival, but to me, it's just as any other team. We always gonna respect our opponent, no matter who we play, and we just gonna play our game every week and just pretty much try to just win the day every day at practice and starts off things like that in film and just put in extra time and work and just get prepared for that for Saturday.
About the cornerback rotation this year, it seems like it doesn't matter whether it's you, Dejan, Kobe, and Marion. It seems like the 4 of you guys have really meshed really well, and you guys, I guess, found the niche. You're playing, I guess, primarily field side this year, and Dejan, and Marion, there's more physical guys are playing over there on the boundary. How has that worked this year with the ability to really just lock down sides of the field?
I say just for this season, I say we just have definitely more depth in the corner group this year. Pretty much, we got a lot of guys in the room that can play. So whoever's just doing their thing at practice and just kind of depends on what team we're going against, and that upcoming week kind of just depends on certain things or certain receivers, pretty much like that, whether we're gonna play field or boundary but pretty much it don't really matter. So everybody can hold their own and make plays. So that's what we do every week.
Caleb, second touchdown catch in the last since UMass now. How'd that feel to get the scoring kicked off, and I guess the tweet of you don't like to be counted out, and you proved that you could still get it done.
I felt good about it. Coaches called a great play. Got double deep on that safety, and that really that's what sprung me. So JB threw a great pass, and I was happy to get it started.
I talked to you in the spring about overcoming all of the injuries they've sustained since your breakout game against Troy in 2018, and just sticking with it and being here, and Coach Freeze and Coach Harris speaking about you growing as a person over the time here. And how much have you changed from when we saw you as, redshirt freshman in 2018, getting a breakout game to where you are now?
Well, I say I've changed just, in my maturity, just aging, experiencing, adversity, experiencing success, experiencing failure. It's helped me, and it's helped me help the way I go about things, and I wouldn't have it any other way.
When you mentioned that, is Saturday's game a testament to the process that you've undergone the last couple of years to get to that point?
I would say it is. I would say that, just me specifically, I'm someone that, I love the process, and I had to going through adversity. So this game, any game, is a testament to the process, you know what I mean? So I'm just sticking to it.
Is there been one particular moment that stood out in terms of helping shift things for you, whether from a mental or physical side to your growth?
Probably before last season, I missed the first 8 games due to a leg injury, and probably when I had that leg injury, for me, it was really just kind of a turning point, because it was another injury on top of the injuries that I already had, and I just was like, how do I want to go about this? I could, go one way or go the other way, you know what I mean? So I decided to, just stick with it and trust God, trust my support system, and just keep going.
How much of a challenge is it on your mentality going through all those injuries from time to time?
It is definitely challenging for any athlete, mentally, to go through injuries. Mental health is a huge factor, and it's something that I love to, talk about, because it's something that I face, you know what I mean? Going through injuries, you could look at what they say about athletes who get injured, and, it was definitely a battle, but I had a support system that helped me get through it. So.
How much of sorry, I stumbled there. How much of an impact has your family, or were there certain friends that had a certain impact on you during that time?
They had a huge impact. There was times when, going through these injuries, I was just asking myself, do I want to continue to put my body through this, put my mind through this? But I know that, through those experiences, there's nothing that I feel like there's nothing I can't do. There's nothing I can't overcome. So, I feel like certain things in life are needed to get you to the heights you want to reach.
Coach Freeze brought up that, I guess with the coaching change, that it took a while for you to finally open up with them.
Right.
As you were recruited by Coach Gill, that staff, they came to your home, they recruited you, put you on scholarship.
Mm-hmm.
What was that process like of going from having that group with Kyle DeArmond, those guys, around to that you grew, that brought you here, to transitioning to Coach Harris, Coach Freeze, those guys, and steadily opening up with them?
It was it definitely, I wouldn't say it was a challenge, but it's kind of just like a learning curve, you know what I mean? I always kind of been a quiet type of person, you know what I mean? So it's I don't know, just getting to know them, understanding that they want my best interest, they want what's best for me, you know what I mean? And, I always knew that, but, going through adversity and things like that, sometimes you could isolate yourself, and that's never the way to go. That's just another talking point towards mental health, you know what I mean? And, going through injuries and stuff like that, I encourage all athletes to open up and use the resources that they have.
Bring up that, and the next 2 weeks, Helensky's Hope is having their big push for mental health awareness, and Liberty's one of the universities that's doing that. How big are you in terms of speaking to your teammates about mental health and about making sure not only do you take care of your body, but you got to take care of how you are psychologically, emotionally, making sure those guys are staying on the right path?
Well, I mean, I just want all my teammates to know that they can always come to me to talk about things, especially for people that don't usually go out of their way to, open up, talk to people, I know that all my teammates are there for everybody. All the coaches are there, so I'm there as well.
Did you have anyone that you turned to when you were going through those struggles, dealing with injuries and maybe and from the psychological side?
I really just, turned to my family. Like my mother and my father were there for me. My closest friends were there for me. And on this team, guys like DJ Stubbs who aren't playing anymore, like, guys like that, you know what I mean?